Man.
We're here. Welcome back to Realm4D6 and the very first possible session of the Ravnica campaign. We should be starting it tonight. And the glorious, expansive urban plane of Ravnica. Huzzah! That's all I got.
Huzzah!
Yeah. So, yes, tonight is going to be the first session, I think, because I think everybody's characters are pretty much in order from what I've been able to infer from everybody. To go over the money situation real quick, because there were some questions about that, and just to describe it for any viewer that might be watching, because it's one of the main differences that might come up that could be confusing. Copper, silver, gold, that's not really used in Ravnica. It's replaced with a different kind of currency called Zibs and Xenos. It's just two different types of currencies, but there's different versions of them that are minted by the many various guilds. I guess I should give some kind of overall backstory to Ravnica. Ravnica is a plane that exists in Magic the Gathering, which is a property that's also owned by Wizard of the Coast. And it's probably their most popular plane that they've used in Magic the Gathering. It's a card game, used in many different planes. But it's the one that definitely has like the most interesting setting and backstory to it. Maybe besides some other ones, but that's why they probably decided to make this stuff, I would guess. And they've made, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. And so we decided to do a campaign in it. Where, I guess I'll get to how our adventurers are going to be doing this in a moment.
Before we start that, I'd like to introduce
our
guest sitting in today. He's not going to be playing, but he wants to observe.
He's the shoulder in the camera.
Yeah. Indeed. He's our dear friend, Meg.
Logan Beeman, aka Megadeth Waffle Adam on PlayStation. Spam his
You just
messages.
got doxxed. Sorry, dude.
It's okay, he spams us with invites all the time.
He does.
Boom.
And nobody else
Boom.
joined.
Oh, boom.
To this day, nobody's ever joined.
Oh,
Yeah.
we that way.
All right. So, I guess I'll start with a very quick description of the area you guys are going to be starting in. So it is a kind of chilly day in Ravnica. It's the beginning of the year. It's a whole new year. What the Ravnicans call Grieve, which is our analog for January. So it's a brand new year, and with that, they have decided to start a brand new initiative that is being started by Jace himself, who is the Living Guild Pact. He's a very important person on Ravnica. He is, as his title says, he is the Living Guild Pact. He is the thing that keeps the guilds together and operating, which they are what run Ravnica. If I went into describing fully how every single guild works, we would be here for hours and never actually getting to any place. So instead, we're just going to sally forth and we will learn about them as we go.
New year, new me.
Yes.
New campaign.
And the lot of you have been called to the Living Guild Pact chamber, which, let me get this correct, which is in the first precinct. It is quite a walk for some of you, but for others, it's right down the road. And I should probably flatten this out. Move this, make sure I'm not knocking it. Where's my map at? There's my map.
He's stacking over there.
What's that?
No.
Wait, what?
Trying to get my dice out. I didn't do it. I fucking suck.
Anyway, Chamber of the Guild Pact. Okay. The chamber itself is right off of the Transguild Promenade, which is one of the main streets that run through Ravnica, primarily the southern part of Ravnica, where the Precinct 1 is located. And the chamber itself is a very... it's accessed by a very grand staircase that stretches on for what seems to be an extremely long time, especially on like a cold January day where you don't want to be outside anymore, and leads into a very cavernous hall that echoes with the many mutterings and talkings of many different dignitaries and functionaries that are rushing around trying to get certain business done. There is an office here for Jace himself. He's very rarely in it because he's a very busy man doing other things on other planes that aren't Ravnica. So he's very seldom present, but he has came today to bring together this group of people. And as you all will come in and however fashion you desire, you guys will come into his office, and you'll see him standing there. Who is he seems like a relatively normal looking man, except for he's wearing all blue. He's very seems to like the color quite a lot, actually. He has some blue either tattooing or scarring on his face. It's kind of hard to see, but it glows with some whatever kind of innate magic you've heard rumor of him having inside of him. And his eyes just seem to glow blue as well, as if he's just peering into your minds without any warrant for whether you want him to or not. And I guess we'll start from the left over here.
Oh, thank God.
And go around.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You guys look like you're about to have a panic attack.
Nobody wants to be first.
I'm nervous. It's like giving a
Presentation?
Presentation at school.
I got chosen first. No.
Well, all I'm going to ask is for you to give a general physical description of your character, like what
Yeah,
you
do
look
I-
like. So, because you are all going to be gathering in this chamber.
Do we have to say the race?
Well, I mean,
Probably. Say the race.
it's going to be fairly obvious what you
Physical
are.
description of your
A
character.
physical description of your character, like
Unless-
what they look like.
Well, I mean,
Unless you're wearing
it wouldn't be apparent to
Stuff
people
that
what
you're
I
not
am,
wearing.
I would think, because I'm not.
All right,
Maybe
start.
not entirely.
wearing shit you're not
Okay.
wearing.
Well, looking at me, you notice that I am stunningly beautiful.
Good start.
I am 5'10". I have long, wavy blonde hair.
Is this last?
She had red hair.
Distant cousin.
Sorry.
If you look into my eyes, you'll notice that they are a bright blue, and they almost glimmer when you look at them.
Dig it.
I have a tight, slender frame, and that's about it.
Oh, no small perky, big but.
I do have something down, written down about
God.
that. But,
Do you wish to describe what you're wearing or anything at all that might signify where you're from?
I am in chainmail,
Mm-hmm.
and at my side I have a mace, and on my back I have a shield.
Okay.
And you see what looks to be a pair of wings hanging from my neck on a chain.
Okay.
Here we go. All right, so you look at my character, you would see a very old-looking goblin.
Mm-hmm.
So very dark green skin. He's about 3'6". Can't really tell how skinny or big he is because he's wearing really fine robe-looking clothes, and he has almost glossed over grayish white eyes.
Hell yeah.
Fair.
Cataracts.
Chris,
All right, so I am a 7'3" Minotaur. I weigh 350. My fur is pretty thick and white, and I have this stripe that goes down my neck and over my shoulders. I have pretty big horns, and at the base, they're bone, but then they're metal forged upon the rest of it into this big, they kind of go back and then they come up like this.
Nice.
And I got a bunch of scars on my face, but aside from that, there's a little scruff down here with a big pink nose and a little brown spot right up here on the top right.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it.
all right.
Okay, well, I am a crawl.
Mm.
And so, those of you who don't know what a crawl looks like, they're insecty creatures, and they have 4 legs and 2 arms, and their skin is beetle-like, and it almost looks like some form of skin beetle plate mail. So, and I have 2 shoulder pads in my beetle skin, and one of them comes up and has a spike on the right, and I have black beetle skin, and there's blotches of fall leaf colors everywhere, and then my eyes are amber color, and oh yeah, and I'm wearing a mask, and it looks like it's made out of charred wood, and it comes up, and it's kind of boxy, but then it dips down in the middle, and then it covers over, so you can see my pinchers. It covers my eyes and stuff.
Gotcha. Like a witch doctor's mask.
Yeah, witch doctor mask.
Okay.
Can I say
yeah.
something real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I also have these leather pants and a wolf's clothing wrapped around my waist, with the insignia of the Boros on the side.
Nice.
Did you say what you were
Boros
wearing?
Legion.
It kind of
Very
fine,
fine
right?
looking
gotcha.
robes.
And then I have
Like
cloth
well made,
wraps.
good quality.
Got cloth wraps around my waist and some on my shoulders. And yeah, and I'm holding a spear and a heavy crossbow on my back.
Cool. I am a 7 foot tall Loxodon.
Oh yeah, I'm 7'1" as well.
Okay,
So-
cool.
Wow, they're a
Big
lot bigger than I
boys.
thought they
Yeah,
were.
they're pretty
dude.
big.
Let's go big crew.
I am a 7 foot
Yeah.
tall Loxodon. My skin is like
Hammer down.
really wrinkled and leathery. It's like a very dark gray. I have like these pretty, I wouldn't say dull, pretty normal looking brown eyes. I'm wearing like these like normal, I would say pretty normal looking, just like vestments, but they have like this black color with like gold.
Trim.
How'd you try? Yeah, trim. Yeah, pretty basic, I'd say.
All right. And as I said, Jace himself is standing before you, who is a man of very prominent repute. You all would know who he is and that he is a living guild pack, and the fact that you are all being called here is to some extent a great honor. Whether you want to realize it as that or not is up to you, I suppose. But the guilds made it imperative. They specifically chose all of you for your own reasons, perhaps, that you may be aware of or may not be aware of. They may have not informed you entirely why they wanted you to be here. But all of you, well, I guess I'll get to that in a moment. So I guess Jace will speak to all of you quick. I assume you are the task force that the guilds have gathered to be here today. Look, I don't know much about what they have planned for you guys. I do know what I need of you. I need all of you to work together to the best of your extent on these missions that I'm assigning you to. It's very imperative that we show that the guilds can work together in times of crisis when things are becoming very I can't think of the word. Very drastic. Very dangerous. I don't know if you guys know why you've been called here directly, so I will make sure you are all informed. There was a prison break of sorts that happened recently. Not in just one location. It seemed to be coordinated all across Ravnica. There were some dangerous prisoners that were released. We are not sure who performed the prison break. We are currently trying to figure that out ourselves. We do have some evidence that it was more than one person for sure. It seems to be a collaborative effort between many different kinds of people. Some guilds may be involved. Hopefully none of your guilds are. But if that is the case, hopefully it will not affect you personally while you're acting on behalf of all of Ravnica, not just the guilds. The first task that you are going to be assigned you as a group is one of the just to kind of let you wet your feet, so to speak, and so we are sure that you guys can do some of the more difficult tasks that are going to lie ahead, and as we gain more information about them. There was a particularly rowdy Sunder Shaman who hails from the Gruul clan that was broken out of the prison.
The Minotaur tenses.
Sorry?
The Minotaur tenses clenches his fists.
He, from what we understand, he went back to the Rubble Belt to try to rally his clan that he was a member of. We aren't aware of what his rank was or how he was in his entire, where he fell in the hierarchy in the Gruul. Their hierarchy itself is kind of chaotic and hard to understand anyway. So we need to put him back in prison. He was destroying monuments, defacing buildings, regularly leading attacks on small places that were inside the Boros's jurisdiction. Even led a couple raids on the Izzet League, which if the Gruul ever obtained some of those weapons, it could be very dangerous. So we just have to make sure that he gets locked back up or taken care of, preferably locked back up. There's no reason there should be any kind of undue, unwarranted death. But I trust that the 5 of you are going to be able to achieve this. You don't have a very strict time limit on this. The sooner the better, because they are going to start causing havoc if you let them out for too long. If you have any other questions regarding your mission, I would be more than happy to answer them to the fullest of my ability.
Did you say the name?
His name. I don't believe we had his name out of pure stubbornness for him to say it, or the fact that he didn't have one, but we know what clan he was a part of. He was a part of... Give me one moment, sorry. Damn it, I lost the page.
Out of character.
Yeah.
Didn't you say Gruul clan?
Yes.
Well, there's many clans in the Gruul. He is part of the Bullrat clan, which are a very exclusive clan, as in they only allow large individuals in their ranks. So, yes, and they are led by nobody in particular, because they're always vying for control. I don't know who currently runs them. Probably the biggest and or stupidest one of them.
They change daily.
Constantly. Minotaur knows what's up.
Ever-changing leaders in that place. You never know who to trust.
But regardless, he should be relatively easy to find, because from what we understand, he has tried to set up camp closer south in the Rubble Belt, so he's close to some of the more inhabited places, which is already crossing the bounds of where he should be. So I think you guys should be able to find him. I believe that's all. Is there any other questions?
We'll make our best haste possible. Lord.
Yes. Did you say what the race of this character was?
I love it.
he is a giant Myloxodon friend.
Giants. Not too familiar with their kind, but
They're very destructive.
Did you say if you wanted him to be brought back in alive, or?
Preferably, yes.
Good. I would not like to see the life of another creature taken without need.
I was told they curated this team very well, so I trust you, the 5 of you, to be able to do this.
I'm just gonna look over at the crawl. Just look back.
I like to tilt my head at you. All creepily.
Okay. Any other questions?
Come up with, like, the predator does.
So, did they say why they chose us in particular to lead this task force?
No, I told my functionaries to acquire a cross-guild team of sorts, and they did just that. It seems like they did a decent job. I see many different guilds represented here, and I think it's going to be a good step forward in showing that the guilds can cooperate with each other.
Maybe it'll bring the crime rate down.
Hmm?
Maybe it'll bring the crime rate down.
Oh, I sure hope so. If nothing else, the people that you capture from these various prison breaks, and hopefully the masterminds behind it, will bring the crime rate down no matter what. Even if this whole cross-guild experiment proves to be fruitless, which I don't think it will. It should work just fine as long as everything goes well.
Well.
So, I guess with that, I will leave the rest of you to do...
Any transportation, any sort of mounts, maybe lifted there of some sorts?
Well, I presume
Or we just
you all have your own connections in your guild that you can call upon. I assume they wouldn't just send anybody here, so I was trusting that the group of you will be able to find your means through your guilds to travel where you must go.
I can help us get there.
Ah, yes.
Oh wait, but you guys should know that.
Yeah, I don't know if you clarified this.
He's the only person who can understand me. So
We have a translator here.
Oh,
he's my
shit.
translator.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
before we move any further, I should have said this at the very beginning. Because of the nature of how this is going to go, I am going to trust you guys to try your hardest not to metagame, please. That's all. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
My acquaintance here just said we can we have a way of traveling if it suits us that way.
Just the
Alright.
two of you, or
Oh,
for all of us?
what do you say, Ray? Oh yeah, it should be
Ray.
able to affect all of us.
I write that down in my notebook. Ray.
Okay. Oh well.
Nice to meet you, Ray.
I will
You are.
hear. I will find out if you have if you have accomplished your goals, and once you are done, you'll come back here, and we will reward you appropriately, and we will supply you with your next task.
Understood.
Okay. Very well. All right. And Jace is going to just kind of make sure his hood's secured. He's going to nod to all of you. And he's just going to leave you all in the office. Now, I'm going to pass this out now. So, you have been given your objective as for right now. Find this Sunder Shaman, whoever he may be. Now, all of you are also going to have specific missions that your guild has may or may not have assigned you. Christoph, please.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank you.
This one's yours. This one's yours.
Oh god.
This one's yours, and this one's yours.
So as he's leaving, I was just gonna be like leaning up against my quarterstaff, like my eyes shut. And as he leaves, I'm like, just kind of like look around.
All right. Also, for sake of it, if any of you need a map, you have a laptop there, which is convenient, but it's going to be assumed that you guys know Ravnica pretty well. So I put down specific names of locations because I know out of character you guys don't know much about Ravnica.
Thank you so much.
So you guys, if you have any questions about where something is, or what something is, or how something works, just ask me. I'll be able to tell you yes or no if you know, and if you may or may not, I'll have you roll for it. But most things that aren't obscure, you guys should be able to know about.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So he is left, and you guys are left in this room with yourselves. To give you guys a quick description, the rubble belt that he mentioned is to the far north of Ravnica. You guys are pretty much as far south as it goes right now. And the main ways to travel that most people take are, like I mentioned, the Transguild Promenade. It comes from the south and it goes up north. And there's also the 10th Street, which the Chamber of the Guild Pact is kind of in the middle. So you could take one or the other to get up there. And you guys are currently in Precinct 1. You'd have to travel through Precinct 4 to get to the rubble belt. That's all there is to it. If I forgot to put a precinct down for any one location, I might have. So let me know, and I can tell you which precinct that is in if you don't know or if you can't find out.
You said precinct?
Yeah, if there's like a location that's required of your side missions that I forgot to put a precinct down on.
Where would I find? Is it league members? Isaac?
Did I not put? Okay, so you can find those all throughout Ravnica.
Okay.
But
Precinct 6.
what?
Precinct 6.
Yeah, I mean that's a precinct. Yeah, precinct. So precinct 6 would be to your west. It would be. You could take the 10th Street there for the most part, but then it might be a little rough getting there. Or you could go through Wayport. What'd you ask about?
Is it league members? Like
You would find them mostly at Precinct 4. And you would know that the most prominent place they're at is a place called Nivix, which is in Precinct 4.
Are you looking at the 10th district map?
I'm looking at the whole map right now.
Okay, cool.
If you need to look at specifically a district, I can look. Well, no, we're in the 10th district, just to clarify.
Right now.
This whole place is the 10th district.
Okay, cool.
did you say
Okay.
Nivix or Nivix?
Nivix.
Nivix.
Yep.
So is that gonna be like the same area as mine?
Which one?
Precinct 4
Yeah, I have 2
for the middle one.
precinct.
Yep.
Okay, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. See, I've forgotten some of them because I was trying. I was trying hard to come up with these ideas. So,
What's the travel time to this other precinct? We're headed to?
which one?
Are we headed to?
Well, I mean, discuss amongst yourselves what your first plan is going to be. You have this. If you're going to work as a team, you're going to have to communicate as a team.
So, to whom do I have the pleasure of working with?
My name. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll now nod to
Reach
you.
my hand out to shake your hand.
Okay.
My name is Charmanet.
Charmanet. Vinsaya. You can call me Vince.
Oh, well, nice to meet you there, Vince.
Well, I am Shikari Mahari. It's a pleasure to meet you again.
Meet me again.
Well, first time for you, second time for me.
I won't bother asking questions.
Fair enough.
Your name was Vince. Is that what you said? Vince.
Vinsaya, but
Vinsaya.
Vince for short.
My name is Yarick Helios. It's very nice to meet you all.
I should probably write these names down, huh?
Might be a good idea.
Possibly.
What was your name, Chris?
Charmanet.
How do you, is that like
Charmin.
do you spell that like you spell Chardonnay or?
To Charmin.
Charm.
Okay.
And then E-I-N-E.
Cha-cha-cha. Charmin.
Charmin.
I just want to hear you say it again.
Shikari Mahari. Do you want me to spell it for you?
I remember.
Okay. I'm going to be saying it a lot, don't
About
worry.
you, Christoph?
I hope so.
Yarick. Jarrick.
Okay.
Helios.
Helios. Cool.
Helios.
What was your name?
Yarick Helios.
Okay, cool. This here is my acquaintance,
Raishi.
Rai.
What did he just say?
Well,
Oh, you can't hear me.
yeah, you don't understand what he's saying.
You can't understand what he's
Wait,
saying.
don't names
He's the
sound the same
translator. You literally
No,
okay.
I
So the
literally-
crawl are insect people. You
Yeah.
literally cannot understand their mandible clicks.
Oh, so you just make clicks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he knows me. So
Yeah.
he-
Oh, okay.
This here is my friend Raishi.
Raishi. Very interesting indeed. Have I ever seen one of these kind before?
Well, it's nice to meet you, Raishi, and I'll stick my hand out.
You
to
were
shake
part
your
of
hand.
the you would know that he is a crawl who is who is part of the crawl swarm, who is part of the Golgari swarm. They are a insect-like people that are kind of the foot soldiers of the Golgari, I guess would be the best explanation of them. But yeah, that's all you would really know about them.
Interesting.
They live underground. There's no reason you would have had to interact with them too much.
Do they make do they make books to understand what this man is saying? Can I understand his language?
He's the only one.
But
This
you
is
can
gonna be-
understand us.
This is gonna be difficult. Okay.
I
You
can
handle
small
it?
one.
Oh yeah. I don't think they necessarily teach how to speak in school. I just picked up on it over time. That's all.
So, does he understand us well?
Oh yeah, he can understand what you say.
Of course, horse boy.
Okay.
He sends his
That makes
regards.
All right.
So, that's fine. That's fine. What precinct do you guys have to go to?
I'm sorry?
Don't you guys have to go to a precinct for your missions?
Yeah, the Boros are pretty straightforward.
I believe we're
Like I
all-
said before, you do not have to share what you're doing. Just to clarify, if you don't wish. I know I passed out
I
those
understand.
papers. That's what I meant by not metagaming, because I passed out papers, but you wouldn't know that their guild told them to do specific things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to redact that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll redact that
Okay.
then.
None of you would know that each other have your own guild missions,
So,
unless you wish to tell each other.
I don't know what you guys have to do, but we have to go to precinct 6 to settle some things out.
I also had to swing by Precinct 4.
Precinct 4.
Wasn't our mission in wait, which one was it?
You guys have to travel towards Precinct 4 in the Rubble Belt.
I thought we had to travel towards the Rebel Belt in Precinct 4.
Yes, I have some missions from the Boros themselves that I have to take care of first. Or afterwards, it doesn't really matter. As long as it gets done.
Well,
Over in the
Jace
whiteboard,
did say we didn't have a particular time limit. But,
although I do suppose the faster the better.
perhaps we should take care of this business we've been tasked with first from the big man himself.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. So,
Are you awake, little one?
My business leads me to District 4 anyway.
That sounds good. District 4 it is.
so you guys are gonna travel. Well, to clarify, they're precincts that are within District 10.
I keep getting them confused.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna keep happening.
For the first few sessions.
Sorry.
For the first few sessions.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Hopefully.
So you guys are going to start traveling towards Precinct 4. All right. So if you once you walk out of the chamber, you come out to a smaller road that will connect you to the Transguild Promenade, which you can use to go up to Precinct 4. It'll take some time to travel there. But as for now, you guys are currently in Precinct 1. Is there anything that you guys wish to do here? Just to give it a quick description, it is this is the heart of Ravnica's civilization. Has very impressive architecture in it. It's very well maintained, manicured gardens. It's a very nice place. Some of you might be more familiar with it than others, because it is where the Orzhov have their guild hall, as well as the bank, the Vizkopa Bank. But besides that, it's mostly just a place of luxury for most people, which is why the Orzhov have set up here, because that's what they're all about, is luxury and living comfortably. So yeah, I guess. Yeah,
No need for comfort, only justice.
Is there anything you guys wish to do around here? So you guys can still treat it as like a relatively normal D&D campaign.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'd like to approach McCarty Party over there.
party party.
Shakadi.
Is
Shakati.
this why we're traveling to Precinct 4?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Is that okay? Shakardi, Mahardi. You can just talk to him while we're
Yeah,
done.
you can just talk.
My friend, Shakati, you said, you mentioned you had met me before. Perhaps, I know I said I'd save the questions, but perhaps you could elaborate.
Oh, I see many of things that haven't yet happened, but today was going to happen regardless.
Can you,
That's not foreboding at all.
could you, perhaps, gain any insight as to how the end of this mission will play out, so to speak?
Well, I could, but what's the fun in that?
Ah, I see. Bit of the chaotic type.
No, just letting things play out as they should without any tampering.
I see.
Quite wise for a goblin.
That's how I live to be so old. You don't see many of me.
That's very true.
It's good to be working with you, my little friend.
In the world where everybody dies young, fear the elderly. Anyway, so you guys are taking your leisurely stroll over the Plaza Avenue into the 10th District Plaza before you connect to the Transguild Promenade. This is a popular place for recreation, shopping, all kinds of It's kind of like an outdoor mall of sorts. It's kind of cold today, so not a lot of people out, but
Is everybody acting
it's considered neutral ground.
Cool. Is everybody acting right?
So,
You'll not be acting up in front of this Boros Legion, bro.
let's see here. Yeah, everything seems fine. You see there's some kind of person in some kind of maybe some kind of diplomat kind of pushes past your group on his way back to the chamber that you just left. He seems to be in a hurry. But yeah, no, nothing seems to be happening around here.
Cool.
So after you guys travel on this for a little, it doesn't take long. You can take a right. You're right on the Transguild Promenade. You come up onto a small incline that leads up to a more narrow road and has a series of arches that leads to the north. And this is going to be where the bulk of your travel goes if you choose to travel by the Transguild Promenade. You're going to just be traveling on this extensive road with arches that goes on for as long as you can see. From where you can see where you're at currently, it seems to lead straight into Sunhome, which has, you can see its impressive walls that are surrounding it. It's the home of the Boros garrison that help protect from the Gruul raiders and such. So yeah, you're just going to continue walking on the Transguild Promenade for a while?
So we know what each guild person, like each person's from?
Not unless
Like
they
from
wish
their
to tell
insignia,
you.
or-
I mean,
I haven't.
if you want, if they're prominently showing it off.
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
do have like Boros insignias from our thing.
If they're prominently showing it off.
Yeah, I would have it on my.
Yeah,
shelf.
I assume these two would definitely be showing it off.
I'm not showing anything.
As Charbonnet said, we're pretty straightforward with our business.
Mine would just be on the front of my fine clothes.
Yeah,
So you would know that he is of the
Azorians.
Azorius.
yeah, mine's like holy symbol style. Golgari on my as a necklace.
On your necklace?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be showing mine. I mean,
Okay.
I was just wondering.
Say too soon.
people are gonna figure out where I'm from anyways.
Yeah, pretty quickly when they see it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, like as you guys are walking, people are feel a little strange by
Can I tell them hello
Crawl.
and have a nice day?
They're like, oh,
Have a nice day.
they see this group of five
Good to see you
people
today.
walking down, and they're just
How are you?
like kind of. They see these three, these three especially. They're just like, it was good to see you. Have a nice day. They just seem to hurry past.
wherever we're walking, I'm walking next to him. By the way.
Fair enough.
Surface dwellers.
Oh, it's not. I know it's not like your usual environment.
Rishi does not like.
Oh, it's okay, Ray. Just stay calm. We'll get this mission done soon enough.
Your friend seems a little nervous. Is he okay over there?
Oh, he's just not used to being above ground so often. You have to understand. Crawl. Live in the what's the place? The
Undercity.
The
The
Undercity.
Undercity, yeah, essentially.
He's used to being in the Undercity all the time. He's not used to all this daylight and whatnot.
Does he enjoy it?
I would say he's indifferent towards it. I mean, you can still talk, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's up to him to translate for you. You can understand them,
That's fair.
unless they speak a language you don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think everybody here is speaking common besides you.
Travel fastly underground. Up here is slow.
Oh, how could I have forgotten? Oh, if we get to the Undercity, somehow we can travel a bit faster. My friend here has a means of transportation.
You would know how to gain access to the Undercity from pretty much anywhere in Ravnica.
Sweet. So basically, like, if you guys are traveling with me and we're in the Undercity, we travel at double speed. But it's riskier.
Much riskier.
But it's double speed.
I would say at this point you guys have traveled about an hour.
I'll relay that, just letting them know like, it is risky.
And you guys can, most of you would know it'd probably take about maybe another 2 or 3 hours to get to the rubble belt.
So it's up to you all. Be a bit riskier traveling through the Undercity, but shave a little time off the mission.
I believe this way to be fine, but
Oh, of course.
I'm always trying to fight the itch to get into some combat.
Is
You
that
have
so?
to forgive my friend Yerrick over here. He's a little zealous.
I get a sense of it. Nothing wrong with a little overzealousness.
I just like to blow off a little
plenty
steam
wrong.
every now and then, that's all.
Are you two quite familiar with each other?
Yes, we work together in the Boros Legion.
Oh, I see.
Became friends pretty quickly.
Indeed.
Is that so?
We're both outcasted.
Outcasted.
Yes, I'm originally from the Gruul.
Ah, so would you be familiar with this Sunder Shaman?
Sadly, I'm not. They're a very closed off section.
Ah, I see.
And I was from a different clan myself.
And what your reason for being outcasted?
I gained ranked fairly quickly, but to some events I'd rather not disclose. I'm currently rankless in my guild.
Ah, I see. Well, I don't believe I've said anything, but I'm enforcer for the Orzhov Syndicate. And we would welcome you with open arms. Just keep that in mind. You won't push anything?
Sorry, but I have absolute loyalty to the Boros.
Fair enough, friend.
Indeed. The Boris provide well for us. We do appreciate it, though. And I do look forward to this opportunity to work together.
So how do they feel about you being from a former Gruul clan member?
Well, some of the people don't like it, but some of the higher-ups are taking me in pretty well. I've kind of started developing my own style of fighting away from the very barbaric nature of the Gruuls. Started trying to become more level-headed since my time out of there.
I see.
So,
Very interesting.
I feel as if I'm learning a new way of life. But
Very interesting.
I do like to get a little mad every now and then.
Well, nothing wrong with venting a little frustration. Hopefully we don't have to get too hairy with this Sunder Shaman, but...
Oh, yes, of course. And I grew up around the Rebel Belts as well, so I know this place like the back of my own hoof.
I'd love to acquire some more bodies.
my friend here, he's very excited to be on this mission. Shakati, I see you work for the Azores. The Azores Senate, right?
Azores, yes, Senate, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You have any special abilities? For one that writes laws, I presume?
Love it.
I don't think I understand what you're talking about.
What do you do in the Azores Senate?
I'm what you would call a Justicar. So I don't know. Hold on a minute.
You're a precognitive mage.
Yeah.
That's what we gave you your title.
Do you have the
Okay. Precognitive mage.
I'm using
Okay.
it right now.
Okay,
Do you need it currently?
Precognitive. So
What do you need?
There was nothing important. Don't worry about it.
So you can
Flavors.
tell the future. To put it in simple terms.
Hey, future. Yes.
I see.
Does the future change if you look at it?
Well, that all depends, I suppose.
I'm sure your abilities will prove useful to our group.
To somebody, I'm sure.
Can we see the cards on your waist, or are you like carrying them?
No, you wouldn't be able to see them.
Okay, dang.
Unless I took them out at some point. Which I'm not. No.
I was gonna ask you to do a card trick.
Not yet.
All right, cool.
So I assume. So was there a decision made if you guys are going to go underground or not?
I don't think so
I
yet.
don't think
I
so.
will leave it to the group.
All right. Well, I'm going to say there's going to be another bit of travel during this conversation.
Okay.
And you guys have made it to Sunhome by now. You're walking through the huge wall that kind of blocks off the south side, and you're just going right on in. There doesn't seem to be anybody stopping you. It's not like it's closed off to the public or anything, because it's just part of the road. And as you get inside of Sunhome, if I can find the thing, I might have to print off these maps in the future so I can do this quickly.
What was that word?
Whoops. That was supposed to be a V, not a C. Sorry.
Okay, cool. That makes a lot more sense. Are you sure you want to show me that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can share each with each other whatever you want. Just keep in mind that some of your stuff might be related to each other in positive or negative ways. Anyway,
Wait, what?
some of your side missions might be related to each other in some way.
In negative way?
Could be.
Interesting.
Anyway, okay, you get Precinct 4. You arrive at Sunhome. It's the seat of the Boros Legion's power. The Guild Hall, which is known as Sunhome, very imposing fortress. It serves as a fortress, barracks, even a spiritual center for some. It is widely believed to be impregnable, and it has held up to this extent so far, with there are many Boros legionnaires reinforcing it and making sure it's prepared for any attack that might come towards it. Not through lack of trying from the Gruul, though. They attack very regularly trying to get in. And let me see if anything happens while you're in Sunhome.
Oh, you two must
So what do you
feel
all
right
say?
at home here. Right? This is the Boros Legion.
Indeed.
Yeah, this
Okay.
yeah, Sunhome is the seat of the Boros Legion.
Indeed.
Sorry, I've interrupted you.
Could we,
Do I
you
see
guys want to
anyone?
come on a decision to go underground or not?
At this point, how close are we?
Well, you guys travel for about another hour. It might take another hour or two to get to the beginning of
The Rebel Bill?
well, not the beginning. Yeah, the beginning of the rubble belt. Yeah, so to speak.
That's precinct 4.
It's past precinct 4.
Oh, it's past it.
Yes.
So we're going through Precinct 4 on ground?
Would travel through the Undercity take us like anywhere, or would it only take us to like anywhere in the Well, I guess it's all.
Well, you're gonna need your crawl friend there to navigate
Yeah,
for
of
you, but you
course.
could go just about anywhere in the underground. While you guys are walking through Sunhome,
Do I see any like people in need of assistance?
yes. While you are going through Sunhome, it seems like everybody is in a hurry. There's a lot of soldiers that are moving to the northern side of the fortress. They are trying. It seems like they're trying to reinforce or prepare for a possible attack that could be happening soon, which is kind of regular for this kind of place. But yeah, it seems like they're preparing for an assault on the fortress. As there's a lot of chaos coming around. Nobody's bothering you guys, but they're just kind of moving quickly back and forth as you guys are walking through.
So as Yarg said,
Upside. or
underground,
downside?
yeah, underground or no? Because if we're going underground, my friend Reishi here will have to guide us.
I would prefer to stay above ground,
Yeah,
but it don't make much difference.
I'm with old Tacardi over here.
Oh, Bacardi.
Is that your name?
Old Bacardi.
Shakari.
Tacardi.
Yarg?
I'm fine with either one as well. I
You can
believe-
stay above ground for now.
Ah, well, above ground it is.
What's everybody's passive perception?
15.
About 10.
14.
14.
Wait, 12.
It's not 10 anymore, it's great.
12.
18.
15. 18.
What's perception? Is that wisdom?
It'll be your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency if you're proficient in is it what is it again? Proficient in
Perception.
Perception.
Perception, yeah. Duh.
And then you also get your proficiency.
12.
So,
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
do I see anyone that like needs medical attention or like perhaps like has a broken weapon or something?
There is
And
as
specifically
you guys
the
get
Boros
okay.
Legion.
As you guys get closer to the northern part of the wall, you do see that there are various siege weaponry and stuff that could use maintenance and repairs, make sure they're fully ready to go to or rather counter siege weaponry to stop anything that might be coming in from the Gruul side.
When you say maintenance, like what kind of maintenance might they need?
Any kind of upkeep, any kind of repairs, maybe like making sure they're functional and ready to go.
Okay, I would like to go over there and investigate them.
Okay. So he's gonna be going over there. Are you gonna talk to your?
I have
Your
some.
party.
I have something urgent that might need my attention. I'll be right back.
Like what?
These counter siege things over here might need some maintenance.
Do they look like they need maintenance?
I mean, I guess you can do investigation if you want.
Ah, shit. First roll of the new session.
Wait, make that 14, sir.
Oh, not 18, 14?
Yeah, had
Passive
wrong,
perception?
Had the wrong thing.
Say investigation.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome to your side of the table. This is where
19.
you belong.
19? Yeah, it definitely looks like they need to be worked on a little bit so they're fully functional. But before we move any further, you, if he's gonna, I guess we should finish this actually. So go ahead. Finish what
How
you're
long you think it'll take?
I have no idea. I gotta go over there and look.
It might take, it depends on how many you want to do. There's a lot through here. You want to,
Just hit a couple of them.
it might take you like 30 minutes or so at the most.
Is that fine?
So that's your group.
Might take me like 30 minutes.
What's he doing? She?
I think
Are you-
I'm a she.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
she gonna go fix some confounded machines.
Wait, do you say that in the little clicky language as well?
No, I say in common.
I say in common.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he cannot speak. The
Oh, you
language.
can't speak it.
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
humanoid vocal cords are
just
not
can't do it.
capable of
In
making
my
those
case,
sounds.
elephant vocal cords.
Yeah. Mammalian vocal cords.
Yeah.
I don't
Are you
know.
a
Man,
I
humanoid,
know.
technically? Or?
I don't think he is technically a humanoid. I'm not
Loxodon.
sure. I don't know what that counts
A
as.
humanoid elephant, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
Elephanoid.
Anyway, so as you're going, if I get, are you guys gonna wait for him, or find
Sure.
something else?
I
Alright.
guess so. If she's gonna walk off and do that, I'm just
Wait
gonna,
for her.
I'm gonna pull off like a chunk of wood and just start like
Okay.
whittling.
Where are you getting that wood from? Is it part of your kit, or just the
I
carpenters
guess I
themselves?
should check.
Yeah. I hope you're not gonna just break wood off a piece of equipment around here. Okay, so you're only one with 15 passive perception.
Yes.
All right. So as you're going over there and you're performing your maintenance on these on this equipment, you can see what seems to be a another Boros member, but he's not really contributing. It seems like he's acting a little strange. He's just kind of like walking around and looking, and it looks like he's not actually contributing to the defenses that people are trying to set up, and he's just kind of taking mental notes on certain things. So that's a little strange. But besides that, yeah, I guess if you're just gonna do your stuff, it'll take about half an hour. Do you,
I
do
have
you
the
wish to?
mending cantrip
Yeah,
that I
just
was going to use.
gonna go along to it. Yeah.
I don't have it. I'm just proficient with that.
How quickly
that
can you
was my
cast
mistake.
mending? It's an action.
It's a cantrip.
And how many did you say it was gonna do?
1 minute.
Casting time 1 minute.
Yeah.
So it takes a minute to cast it. And how many did you say you were gonna do?
How long would it take to
Well,
do,
if
like,
you don't, but now that I know exactly what you're doing, it's not. You have 1 minute. You can do as many as you want, and it'll take that much time.
yeah,
1 minute
I'll
for each
do,
one.
like 10.
So 10 minutes, not 30. Sorry, because I didn't know that's how he was gonna do it. All right, so 10 minutes then.
Do I see any like Boros commanders anywhere?
Yes. You would see various people barking various orders to other. I don't know what high up the rank you're looking for here. Are you just looking for the main person in charge?
Yes.
You're looking for the main person in
Tell
charge?
them mighty good deed.
Tell them your good deed.
Oh
Yes.
God, you're that
Okay.
guy.
Gotta communicate. They
That's
need to know
fine.
what all has been worked on and what hasn't.
Yeah. Yep.
Do I see you looking for them?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I mean
I'm trying to hide it.
you're gonna find them. I'm just trying to find
Shaman.
exactly.
Yes.
When you find the officer, when you find the officer, tell me this motherfucker over here just standing around looking at shit.
I was the only one that noticed.
He was the
that.
only one that noticed it with 15 perception.
Oh,
I had it though. I was gonna say something about it.
God. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. You see. Make sure I'm doing the right one here. Yep. You seem to see what is an angel. You would know in the Boros Legion, you know them as a Firemane Angel. They are usually ones that are around when war is about to happen, leading a bunch of the soldiers to tell them what to do. So is that who you wish to approach?
Yes.
Okay. She's currently shouting orders at certain people to reinforce this part of the wall. It's like, put your back into it. Go quicker. You don't know they're going to be here.
I'm just gonna walk up to her.
What?
Hi. Private Charmanet reporting for duty. I was just gonna let you know that I repaired those 10 siege or counter siege machines.
Oh,
Just to let you know that those are repaired over there.
well, thanks. I guess, yeah, I had somebody else on that, but since you knocked it out, cool, I can put them somewhere else. Where'd they go?
Also, I noticed there's someone just rambling about over there, not doing anything. That seems a bit odd.
You! And she, like, walks away just towards that person to shout at him, and that person sees her coming, and they just start booking it, running as quick as they can away from her.
Do I see them?
Like, just down towards the south area, south exit, and other people aren't getting in the way because they're busy doing
Is that
other
the
things.
opposite end of
Does
us?
this get my attention? when
And she's
she
going to
says
shout,
you?
halt. She's going to take to the sky, and she's going to fly after him. Yeah, I mean,
she's got it.
I assume anybody with a 5 or higher would see that this is happening on their passive perception.
I'm gonna cast a
Okay.
guiding bolt.
Oh, you're just going to cast it on them?
I'm fucking
that's
chasing
okay.
after him.
That's how we're doing this. All right.
Okay, well, you see this person cast a guiding bolt, and this the Minotaurs start chasing after the
Hey,
person.
she said halt.
So I guess roll to.
How does that work? So
So
Do
you
I-
need.
do
you
I
have
add-
you have your stuff over here.
Yes, I have Guiding Bolt. It's a first level spell.
Yeah.
So I roll. I make
Well,
a
if you need the
ranged.
player handbook to do your spells.
I made a range. It says I make a ranged attack, like a ranged magic attack. So do I use my Wisdom modifier and do I use my proficiency bonus for that
These are
as
your
well?
spell attack bonus, right?
Yes, that's with my proficiency bonus. So I do use proficiency bonus with spells. Okay. Sorry, first time with a spell caster.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's all good.
That's a natural 17.
Okay,
Use
let me
your,
see if you get them.
Unarmored movement early as a barbarian, or do you get that like later?
But it's
The bonus
25.
Yeah.
I should tell you when you get it. I don't remember.
This group
Probably
likes to
like
draw
six.
attention to itself.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I'm just gonna be sitting back just watching it.
It's just us two.
Watching it unfold.
I guess I'm
huh?
standing beside you,
Yeah.
looking up.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I had to find the proper thing here.
I gotta help, but no, I won't interfere.
Nah, it's best we stand back. Those two are not here by me, are they?
Sorry.
No, they're chasing after them.
They're not here.
I'm not
Yeah, we're
chasing
gone.
after anyone. I was where
Oh,
that
are you
chip was
chasing?
standing.
But you're not by me as well.
How far away are you two?
Yeah, how far away are they?
He's running.
Yeah, I'm running. And
So
I
where are
was
you at?
running.
Where are you at?
I was standing where that angel lady
Okay.
that just
Well, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know how
over.
far away that
As
was.
soon as
I don't either.
as soon as I get something, oh, these Boros types, but a bit quick to jump the gun sometimes.
A little
Chasing down.
overzealous.
All
Chasing
right.
down justice.
So I'm sorry. What did you get there? You got a 17.
Yeah, it's 25 with my modifier.
25 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, you rolled a 17.
Yes, I rolled a 17. I was
Right,
mad at
right,
17.
right. Okay, yeah. I mean, you definitely hit him.
Okay.
And you're chasing after him. What's your run speed?
I think it's just 35.
Sorry.
So I think it's just a 35
Well, that's your move
or
speed.
30.
Yeah, 30.
30.
Yeah. So you can, if you do a full move, it's 60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Yeah. I guess roll damage. Yeah.
And do I add my modifier onto this or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, it shouldn't. I
Is
might
that
have
a
got. I
spell?
might have got it
No.
backwards.
Not my bonus, but my
No.
just my wisdom modifier.
The spell will always say what kind of damage it does. Like it'll
Okay.
say like you do this plus this.
That's 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. All right. Yeah. You nail it with you nail whoever that is with a guiding bolt. And it lurches forward, but it's still running. At this point, it would be further away than a guiding bolt. You're chasing after it. It
Yeah, I wanna
is.
tackle it.
Well, it's outrunning you. It's going quicker
It's
than you.
outrunning me?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's slowly beating you, but the angel is much faster than either one of you. As you're running after and it's slowly getting ahead of you, you see her just like shoot overhead and just swoop down and like grab a hold of him and tackle him to the ground.
My axe I was about to throw it.
And
Back up.
she's firmly grasped a hold of him and seems to be vigorously shaking him and interrogating him while he has a panicked look on his face. And I don't know if you guys wish to do anything about it.
How far away are they?
At this point, they'd be about 120 feet, roughly.
What do you say, Ray?
Seems like the angel has it under control.
All
Yeah, you're right.
right,
Start
everybody good?
jogging back to the group now.
All right, the two of you.
Yeah, I'll walk back over to the group.
Okay. Well, it seems like she's got it under control. You guys are gonna move on. You see her like finally pull him up, and she's just kind of holding him, like armor and all. She carries him off to wherever she's stomping off to.
So the casting type, I see, proficient with arcane arts.
Yes, I'm a healer of sorts,
A healer.
but I can also damage people.
Good to know.
I don't
As
like
you,
to cause harm though.
as you guys are walking away, you see her marching with him, and she pulls another soldier aside with her other free hand, tells him something, and he comes jogging over to you guys, and she asks you, or he asks you, Neva, I guess I go with that name. Neva ordered me to come get your name. What's your name?
My name is Charmanet.
Sherman. All right. That's all we need. Well, thanks for all the help. I
No
think
problem. Any way
I think
I
we
can
had some
assist.
kind of spy in our midst, so hopefully we get that sorted out. Yeah, I guess I need to report back your name. See you later. Just kind of runs away. All right. I guess you guys are ready to continue on forward.
For someone who doesn't like to hurt people, you should hurt the hell out of that guy.
He looked like he needed it.
I see, so you're only choosy with who you hurt.
Yeah, well, I would never hurt you. You don't look like you need it. Your friend over there might need it.
I'm gonna like put my spear in front of him.
Oh, it's okay, Ray.
Are you drawing? Are you gonna draw your weepon?
I mean, I walk with it. I would think. I just have it.
Oh, do you? Oh, you just have your weapon out.
Just carry it. Is that a bad thing in this? I don't know.
It's-
Ravnica.
Yeah, you're right. You're a crawl. You don't know Ravnica, but I guess it's fine. Everybody's a little wary of you, but
They're aware of me anyways. I don't care.
yeah. well, once you came in here, nobody seemed to care about you. But if you have your spear out, yeah, they're keeping an eye on you while they're working.
Okay. Well, if I'm walking, I'll just be in one hand. And I'll
Still.
walk with it. That's fine.
All right. You guys are gonna travel through the bridge, get through Sunhome, and you're gonna come out on the other side. Another equally as impressive wall on the northern side. Like I said, people seem to be reinforcing it on the outside as well. And you come out to what seems to be a much less civilized part of Ravnica. You would know it as the Red Wastes. This is like the beginning of the rubble belt, sort of. It's filled with ruins, gutted buildings, debris-ridden streets.
Okay.
Only the Gruul really live here. But it's kind of like their allotted living location. Like on the Transgill Promenade you guys are walking on, you can see where it's just kind of battered and destroyed further on down. Still walkable, but it's a little more precarious. And if you're gonna have to get off of the promenade at one point if you want to continue north into the rubble belt.
Are there any unsavory types keeping an eye on us?
Once you leave the wall, no, there doesn't seem to be any. It seems pretty quiet out here right now, but it might be for the fact that they are preparing some kind of assault on Sunhome. So maybe they're rallying their numbers somewhere else, further to the north somewhere, or anywhere really. It's hard to tell. It's pretty. It's all around you at this point, east, west, and north. That's where the rubble is. If you look far enough east, you can see where the walls of Precinct 3 begin, and where the Selesnya Conclave calls home, which is separated by a huge gap in the earth from the Gruul. And then if you look to your west, you just see what seems to be an expansive part of the Red Waste. You can kind of make out a wall in the distance that probably separates this part from 10th Street and stuff like that. So you guys are pretty much in the rubble belt now. And if you don't mind, I need to take a quick break to really go to the bathroom.
Sure, we can just take an
dying.
intermission.
Just a very quick intermission.
We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for watching, one viewer.
Hello, we're back, and what's next? Wait, there it is.
And now we're
Snacks.
visually back.
Yeah.
Hello. Listen to the crinkle of the oatmeal pie.
Yeah.
By the way, outside of D&D, did you guys watch fucking Kevin Smith's perfect ASMR video?
No, I haven't.
It was him making a fucking joint. It was fantastic.
Beautiful.
It was basically just a self-promotion for his and Jason Mewes weed. But
They have their own strain of weed.
they have their own brand of weed.
I'm not surprised.
It's pretty good.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know if the weed's pretty good. I just mean that that's like pretty cool.
Jumped in there real fast.
Yeah.
I don't know about it though.
I don't know. I'm chopping it.
I never like smoked it before.
The marijuanas.
Alright, so you guys just came outside of Sunhome.
So Sunhome, that's the place for Boros Legion.
It is the seat of the Boros Legion.
Okay.
You guys.
Wait, I thought
Okay,
we were
so
in the Red Waste
I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna thoroughly describe where you guys are, because I think I need to give, since I can't provide a map right now, I think I just need to give a very thorough description of where you guys are.
Oh, so we're not pulling it up on the computer?
I mean, we could do
I
that,
tried.
but it's not gonna look great.
It's in the book. If you guys want to look at it.
I haven't used it over here for, yeah.
You could draw it out on the thing.
No, I can't.
You can't make like a district one.
I'm not gonna be able to draw this.
Look at it, bro.
All right,
Look it up, bro.
so
Yeah, dude.
Look
Go
at that, bruh.
ahead. Go ahead. Try it.
I'm just gonna describe it real
Please
quick.
continue.
Okay, so
Baby fetuses in the Pepsi.
you guys are currently in Precinct 4. You guys just left the northern exit of Sunhome. So Precinct 4 is a very chaotic place. Constantly in battle, because this is where the Boros and Gruul clash with each other quite regularly. On the west side of Precinct 4 is where the Izzet do a lot of their experiments. It's the very volatile, dangerous experiments. So there's always the occasional explosive explosion and lightning strikes, because they like to be very flashy and showy with their stuff. There's flare-ups of goblin gang wars in this area constantly, where they're trying to keep they have their own little rivalries going on there. Mostly very ramshackle buildings here where people live in, but then you also have the impregnable fortress of Sunhome, and then the laboratories of the Izzet. And you do have some markets here, but the merchants that are here are very weathered and tough. They've had to go through a lot to make sure their business keep on going. People here are usually ready for a fight and ready to defend themselves if necessary. So it's very important to keep that in mind when we're going through here. The Cult of Rakdos also shows their face here every once in a while, just because of how inherently chaotic it is. They like to come around and mess around. And that's about it. So you guys currently are coming out the northern side of Sunhome. To your west is Nivix, where, like I said, the Izzet would be doing their experiments, stuff like that. To the north are the Red Wastes that I described right before we went on break, which is the beginning of the Rubble Belt. And also to the north, which is part of the Red Waste, is called Skarg, which is kind of it's a palace that is kind of been destroyed and gutted by the Gruul clans. There's a great bonfire there that's just perpetually burning. It's the closest thing they really have to a guild hall, so to speak. It's where the clans can come together. They roast their giant boars. They have their feasts. They talk about their exploits. They brag to each other. It's kind of the only place they come together to have some sense of camaraderie before they go their separate ways and just do whatever their clans do.
So right now,
It is not neutral ground, though.
So are we in dangerous territory right now? Are we in the Red Waste?
You're right at the walls. So essentially, yes.
My comrades, perhaps moving forward, we should exercise caution. Heading into dangerous territory. Does that sound fitting?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Now,
Better be safe than sorry, I
when you
suppose.
say exercise caution, what kind of caution? Like, how cautious do you want me to be?
Just don't shoot guiding bolts at people you run into.
So, are we just drawing the line at guided bolts? Like, can I cast?
You can't understand it.
Remember that, you keep that man, you can't understand him.
What'd your friend say? I forget.
Oh, nothing. I believe casting guiding bolts at people probably should keep that on the down low.
Down, bitch.
Jeez. Wow.
I'm gonna hit the guiding bolt at some point.
We should wait. We should. I believe we should make our first priority finding our target. From there, Jay said this guy was like an actual giant. Like,
Yes,
he's
he
not
is
like
a giant.
He's not like a Goliath. He's just a giant.
A giant's a giant. I'm having a hard
Okay.
time understanding it.
Sorry, I just
Yeah,
know-
he is a giant.
I'm just getting stupid, whatever. Because we have to take this giant and bring him into custody back to the prison. So this is going to be extremely difficult to do without causing a scene. And we are in the territory of the Gruul clans, so I believe that they will protect their cause. I'm sure with their life, it'd probably be best to infiltrate as stealthily as possible, not make a scene. I'm looking at you.
I'm not very stealthy, I'll let you know.
Just don't cast guiding bolts at people.
How do you feel about Zone of Truth?
I'm sorry. Perhaps save the spells until we find our cause.
Yeah, I guess I can do that, but I do need to take some attention to some Izzet League members at some point.
Here in the red, where we're at again?
Well, you're right outside Sunhome, and the Red Waste.
Red Waste.
The Izzet League would be to your west, a little bit south. You'd have to go through what's called the Bulwark, which is where a bunch of it's just where a bunch of tenements live, but they're reinforced buildings, and they're kind of a pseudo wall between the Izzet League and the Boros Legion. It's mostly workers and stuff like that live there.
I need to go to the 6th precinct myself.
Me as well.
That would be more close to the where you got started at. I believe it's immediately to the west, from the Chamber Guild Pact. It would, yeah, it's not far off of Precinct 1, which is where you got started at.
So we'd have to backtrack together now?
At this point, yes.
You could wrap around.
My friend here.
Yeah, you guys have to go back anyway once you actually capture the person, supposedly.
But we're also going to be escorting a giant.
True.
My friend here also needs to travel to the 6th precinct. For what? I know.
Do you believe we should take the whole group, or do you believe that we should just split up? for a bit?
I believe we should stay together in finding this shaman, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
But as far as your personal goals, it's no business of mine. I'm sure you guys can work something out.
Well, I heard you mention Izzet League. Well, might I make a proposition that we go to the Izzet League first, just to see how our group can work together. It might be much better than facing a giant together.
I have no opposition to that.
This goblin speaks wise words.
Well, that's 3. So
The Izzet League would probably be a little bit safer than the Gruul clan in terms of interacting with them.
What is it League?
They're kind of a guild of mad scientists and experimenters. A little less a little less evil or chaotic than Gruul clan, but almost as destructive in certain scenarios.
I don't know of any magic. I don't like that stuff. But that's where you guys want to go, I guess I'll go there.
Okay.
Well, that's 4 against 1, so there's a league it is, I suppose.
Indeed.
All right. So, do you guys wish to you want to go back through Sunhome, or do you just want to go turn west and go this way?
Shit.
West sounds good.
I suppose so, yeah.
All right. So, if you guys, once you come out of the Sunhome, there is a ramp that leads off the Transgo Promenade down into the Red Wastes. Yes, it would take a little bit to get there, though. You have to kind of go across a bridge to get there, and then you'd have to head south from there. So it will take maybe like an hour and a half to get there. Let's see here. Sorry about that. See what's gonna happen to you guys. You're gonna be, as you're traveling through, you see many of the destroyed and ruined neighborhoods that the Gruul clan now call home.
Anyone following us?
What's your passive perception?
14.
14. You can see Gruul members that like set up small little campfires, small camps of the Gruul that are around you guys. They're not, even though they are destructive and chaotic, they aren't stupid. They see the 5 of you walking with purpose in some direction, and they, for the most part, have decided they're not gonna mess with you guys. But I can find what I'm looking for here.
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh, Coach Nanners.
Hey.
Dude, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the realm.
Yes.
Consider yourself knighted.
Sir Coach Nanners.
Coach Nanners.
Sir Coach Nanners. Welcome. Anyway.
But there's no one following us, right?
Well, Coach Nanners is following. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Sorry. I'll learn how this where everything's at in this book eventually in terms of what I'm looking for.
And we're still in the
Red Waste, yes, which you would be familiar with as a.
Does anybody around here look like they're part of the what was it? The Bullrat clan.
The Borak clan. Well, if they were, you would know pretty quickly because it is a clan that's made up of mostly giants and the like. You may see a couple giants here and there, but no particular group that seems to be hanging out with each other that is just
Just a group of giants.
that is just groups of giants.
Large folk.
They might be a little bit deeper in somewhere, or maybe they're part of the group that's preparing for the attack on Sunhome. Who knows? This is what I need, but I can't find the right thing. Aha! Okay, sorry. All right. No, nobody's following you. But as you're, sorry.
I'm sorry, I was going to ask Christoph what rank he is in the Boros Legion.
If you wish to share that with each other. Yeah. So as you guys are traveling through, you see that off to your north, or right, I guess, you see a normal camp, another camp like you had seen, but it seems like the people, as opposed to their normal hooting and hollering and just smashing stuff, or their immediate surroundings, they seem to be in some kind of not a trance, but they're all kind of meditating together in a sort of sense. Seems like they're just kind of trying to they're just around the campfire trying to achieve some kind of goal together. But that's it. That's all you see as you're traveling through. Before you reach the bulwark, if you don't wish to interact with them at all,
You
just
say
move on.
they look like what? What are they again?
They're kind of chanting. It seems like they're just performing some kind of ritual.
Or the Gruul people?
Yeah.
Gruul clans?
Nothing that is inherently affecting any of you, but
Oh, did you share that you knew anything about the Gruul clans?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You there, Yark. What are they doing over there?
They you would know that they are performing a type of ritual. They might be trying to summon some kind of being for them to use for some reason, for what you don't know.
They might be summoning something over there.
They
Some
look
sort
like
of being or entity.
should probably stay out of it.
Probably not the best idea, no. Could be more powerful than we can handle.
To the Izzet League.
To the Izzet League. All right. So you keep traveling, and you're gonna have to head south from here. Nothing else is really gonna happen until you come across what is called Nivix. It is one of the tallest towers in Ravnica. If you can call it a tower, it is separated in segments, and it seems to be floating in place, held by whatever magics they use. It's this very bright red lightning that seems to keep the floating pieces of the tower connected together and not falling. It's very chaotic and it doesn't seem to be quite stable, but it's stood for this long, so surely it's fine, right? And this is what they call the home as their guild hall. It's filled to the brim with laboratories, testing facilities, housing for their inventors, things like that. This is where all the greatest inventions and such in Ravnica come from, or so the Izzet would like to tell everybody that's the case.
So, just out of curiosity, for this quest you gave me, would I have like any kind of documentation to say that I should be doing this?
You need to find the person, probably, if that's the one I think it is. Oh, that.
Like,
Yeah, you know about what's happening, and you know where you're from, so
okay.
you'd have to approach it appropriately and use your resources available to you as who you are to try to suss out the information you're trying to find.
Okay. So I would need to go into this tower and do this, or perhaps,
If you wish.
do I see any like sketchy looking Izzet League members outside of the tower?
I mean, you just see Izzet League members everywhere. This is their home. Like, this is... You see, you will... you can see various... it's a lot of goblins, a lot of humans and stuff like that. Just walking around very quickly, trying to get wherever they're trying to go. You see maybe some wandering... some scientists that might just be kind of sitting out there thinking, trying to be lost in thought. Like, you find all kinds of different types of people out here. Are you looking for anybody in particular? You said shady, right?
Yes, any shady looking people. Like maybe they're on the lower half of the margin of society.
Lower half on the margin of society.
Jeez.
I'll drink to that.
You see a fellow Boros soldier that is he might be on some kind of patrol out here, but he's like quickly shoveling some food in his mouth as he comes off break, probably from whatever
I'm just
patrol they're
gonna
trying
run
to
over
do.
to him really quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
He's just kind of just like, what?
But like, is he on? Like, is he at a table?
No, he's just kind of like he was walking while he was eating, trying to eat so before you get back to work.
Yes, I was wondering, could you perhaps point me in the direction of someone that might know something about some thefts around here? Like, have you heard anything about that?
What kind of thefts?
Squads of flamekin have apparently come up missing, and I've been tasked to find out what has happened to them.
What's the rest of you doing in this process? You follow him, or he's just?
I followed.
I'm just following.
I feel like I should follow you as a fellow member.
I need you, yeah. I
I need you.
I need you to throw some rank around.
Like, I was informed of something that might have happened. That I was supposed to be keeping an eye out on for these squadrons that could be around. I haven't seen anything yet. That's why they kind of stationed me out here to patrol. But these Izzet League members are always up to no good.
Would you perhaps know where these squads were stolen?
Where they were stolen from? They were stolen from Sunhome and they were brought here.
Okay.
And some scientist has probably stolen them away, trying to repurpose them for some crazy maniacal experiment. I just hope whatever it is doesn't blow up too much of the precinct.
Inside check? Can I inside check?
I mean, you said you didn't go with him over there.
No, it's not
Hey,
follow.
say
All right,
follow.
go ahead, I guess.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
I mean, this guy seems pretty low on the totem pole in terms of Boros
I
patrols.
just didn't know if he was telling the truth.
That
Squad
seem-
of fire,
It
what?
seemed like
He does seem like he's frightened of this person, trying to tell them, like trying to keep their story as straight as possible and make sure they're giving them all the information they have.
oh, okay.
Squads of fire, what?
Fire can or flame
Flamekin.
can.
Flamekin.
Yeah, Flamekin are we use them when we're on the attack, so to speak, and I think they're gonna try to maybe repurpose them for some kind of,
Weapon against us.
well, maybe not against us in particular. They don't usually attack us outright. It's just unfortunately their experiments don't always work out in the most ideal ways.
Mm.
Do I see any
So-
scientists around? Like no.
Yeah, see many scientists around. You're outside Nivik still. I just want to say that.
Excuse me, Chardonnay. You say you were tasked with what now?
I need to find some, or I need to like question people about some missing flamekin.
What about the task we were given by Jace?
You wanted to come to Izzet, so while we're here,
Well, I too am looking for somebody. I'm looking for a man named Frizzix.
Would I know that name?
I guess you can roll for it.
Would I need to roll?
Which I was gonna ask that. That guard.
Insight, I guess. No. Knowledge. History? History seems most fitting. Oh, you're gonna ask the guard about that name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
17.
There's probably some scientist here. Sounds like
Makes sense.
a goblin scientist to you, if you ever heard one. And he's gonna share as much with you that it's Frizzix. Yeah, he is supposed to be doing some kind of testing today. He's somewhere in the guild hall. I don't really know him that well. I just kind of patrol out here. I see him in passing sometimes. He's a wily one. The wily ones always have the most promise, but they're always the most dangerous. So you gotta be careful with them. Do you both have some kind of work here? I mean, he knows you're Azoria, so he's like, kind of, y'all traveling together. Try to.
We have our business, young man.
And you're not displaying. Okay.
Nope.
But you are wearing black and gold, right?
Yeah, I did say that.
All right. Well, is there anything else I can help with?
nah, I think I'm good. Thank you though. And I'll walk off.
Okay.
You wouldn't have happened to heard anything about a Sunder Shaman, have you? That escaped from the prison?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I have heard about that. I heard that he got broken out by some group of scoundrels or some sort. Made a couple. Seems like it's some kind of gang of what are they called?
Rocks.
No. It's a haphazard gang. I don't really know what they want to call themselves. They seem like we don't know what they're trying to do. They broke a bunch of people out. They broke out this Sunder Shaman. There was I know there was some Demir agents that were let loose. There were some Ocran assassins from the Golgari let loose. Like,
Do you know
I'm not really
anything about
sure.
the Sunder Shaman?
Oh, the Sunder Shaman, right. The Sunder Shaman is, well, I know from what I understand, he fled back to the Rubble Belt, and he's trying to bolster his group back together. And he's part of the Bullrat clan, so maybe he's just planning on going back on a rampage like he was before when we captured him. Last time he was let loose, he went down 10th Street Market, and he was just destroying all kinds of different marketplaces and shops and having a ball until we finally cracked down on him.
You asked about the Sunder Shaman?
Yeah.
Did he have any magical abilities? Or was he just using his bare strength?
Well, the Sunder Shamans of the Gruul are very strong, definitely. As far as magics go, I don't really know much about their magics. I'm usually stationed over here at the Izzet League, so I don't know much about them, but I understand they're not anything to be trifled with, that's for sure. Seen them I've personally seen them like squash whole squads of Boros legions with just a swing of their club. So
Are there
definitely
any markings
be
that
careful.
make this Sunder Shaman stick out from any other giant that we're looking at?
Yes, definitely. Markings for sure. Let me think here, or find it rather. I know what I'm looking for. I just gotta find it. Please. Ah, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. The main way you can tell a Sunder Shaman from another giant is their glowing red runes they have on their bodies. If they have any kind of magic, I assume it's from that. So you'll see them all over their bodies. They all have different patterns to them because they do it themselves. But yeah, that should be the easiest way you can find him.
Is there anything about this one that stands out from the other ones, the other Sunder Shamans?
I don't particularly know. Maybe I think he was just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time and he got caught. The rest of his clan got away.
Understand.
Maybe they used him as bait. I don't know. They're not very smart. They're not stupid either, but not very smart.
Yeah. Man, didn't even give his name. He must have been decently half about his wits.
It's hard to get the Gruul to talk about whatever they don't want to talk about, usually.
Yeah.
He may not even be able to speak. We don't know.
We'll make him talk. No worries.
You guys asking about ISA League members? About Sunder Shamans? What exactly are you guys trying to do?
It's no concern of yours.
Just trying to make the world a better place. That's all. Take care of the things that go bump in the night.
Oh, there's a lot of that around here.
Plenty of it.
Speaking of time, it would be around noon right now.
Okay.
It's
No, I'm in game.
noon.
Yeah, in game. It'd be about noon right now. You guys started early in the morning, so
Interesting.
time for lunch. Anyway, yeah. Is there anything else? I really need to get back on my patrols.
Go on ahead.
We appreciate your time.
Okay, he's usually okay. This is ready to go.
Alright, so should we head deeper into the Izzet League? Is there anything you guys
We
still
could have
need to
made
do?
your missions very clear.
We could search for this physics.
Physics in the
Physics?
guild hall.
It might aid me as well.
If you don't
I
mind my
believe
asking,
so.
what are you looking for this physics character for?
Well, I heard that he's doing some type of experiments, and I just want to make sure everything's on the level.
What kind of experiments?
I know that's what I'm here
Are
for.
you in favor of his, Are you in favor of his experiments?
Well, that depends on what he's doing.
He has to make sure he's filed the proper paperwork and is following the proper
Fair
procedure.
enough. Fair enough.
Do you have some rank? Because I could throw some spells around.
I can skin him.
Oh, I'm sure I can handle it.
Very.
But any help is appreciated.
Did you hold up your spear when you said that?
Yeah.
Just gonna like.
Again, are you walking out with your spear to see how?
We're gonna look at you and look down.
Very quick to use your magic there. Chardonnay.
I have the holy power. Why not bestow it upon everyone that will take it?
You know, we could the Orzhov League could use someone like you.
As I said before, I'm loyal to the Boros.
Just consider. That's all I ask.
Have you considered joining the Boros?
No, I have my own duties to the Orzhov League. What about you?
I'm
Orzhov.
Or syndicate.
Yeah, I didn't mean league.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry.
what?
He said league. It's supposed to be Orzhov
Oh,
Syndicate.
okay. What was the question again?
What about you?
I'm fine where I'm at.
It's fair enough. I don't mean to push. Just consider it.
Physics.
Prisons. All right. You guys are gonna go into the huge looming spire of wild crackling electricity, and once you get inside, it's not a much better sight on the inside as it is on the outside. It's very chaotic, and it seems like this place is falling apart. It's a wonder if anything gets done around here. And you guys are going to try to find Frizzix,
Yeah.
right? All right.
Yeah.
So
Do we have a general description of this Frizzix character? Just a goblin such as yourself?
I don't have a description of him.
You said it. You told me he sounded like a goblin.
yeah, he is a goblin, and you know him by name. So they didn't really give a physical description. I figured you'd be able to find him with his name.
That's fair.
All I've got is a name.
Maybe we should ask around for him.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's
just
what
gonna
we
start
just
asking around
did.
for him.
to a random guard outside.
Just gonna start asking like random scientists around here.
Okay, cool. So if you just
you seen Harvey? Cool.
You seen
know
Harvey?
Frizzix? Cool.
Alright, you just ask around. It doesn't take too long for you to find out exactly, precisely where he should be. He should be in one of the testing labs that are a couple floors up, presumably attached to his own personal office as well. Nobody really has anything to add to it. They all seem very busy with their own stuff. And they're like, yeah, he's up here. Just go find him. And they're kind of like shuffling off, doing whatever they're trying to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And are you guys going to go and head up there? Do you have his precise location?
Yep.
Just kind of head up the tower to get there? All right. I need a map of the inside of this place.
Lead the way, Shakati.
Chikarti.
Follow me up this way.
I don't see any crawl around here, right?
Huh?
I don't see any crawl around.
No,
right?
you're not.
Thanks.
I'm going to let you know right now, friend. You're not going to see a lot of your
Just
own
let
guy.
me know with my passive
There you go.
perception if I happen to see any around up here.
You gonna go high five him?
Maybe. I'm gonna go touch pinch.
All right, so you guys head up and up and up, and you end up in a place that seems to be some kind of a laboratory mezzanine of sorts. If you come inside, it seems to be you're in a hallway, and you have a door on your left. Keeps going, another door on your left, and then it seems to open up on the right. It seems to be like a place where there's multiple labs that are cordoned off in different rooms. If you just walk down, you eventually find one that has Frizzix's name on it. So you're at a door with his name.
Well, there's Frizzix right there.
That'll work. You nail on the door for a little bit. Takes a moment, and you hear like a rustling from inside. You hear like crashings of glass and such, and things getting clattered around. And you just hear a voice from inside like, 1 minute, 1 minute. And you see him come out. He finally opens the door, and in fact, there's a little goblin that's like at your point. I guess he's like at knee height for you. I'm sorry, I got a little close to the mic on that one. And he's like, yes, who are you?
Oh, my name is Shakati Mahadi. I don't know if you're expecting me or not, but I've come looking for you, Frizzix.
And you are wearing the. Okay, yeah. Oh, are you the Justicar they're sending out to make sure my experiment goes well?
Yes, that's me.
Ah, okay, great, wonderful, great. All right. Well, I mean, I guess come on in, I suppose.
All right.
Wasting company money by storing some of your equipment in there, it sounds like.
Implying that Isn't League pays for any of this stuff. That's what. Anyway. Okay, so you're going in.
I'm
Are any
following
of you gonna try to
I'm
go
following
in?
him too.
You're gonna try to follow him? He's like, whoa.
I was just gonna say at the door.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I was told only the Azorius Justicar was going to be coming over to watch my experiment.
Well, I'm
there,
his assistant.
There be any issues? Why would you object to just people observing?
Oh, it's kind of cramped in here.
I'm gonna hiss at him.
I definitely don't want him coming in.
Crack.
Trying to crack roll.
That's fair enough. Maybe the bigger ones can wait outside, but she's not quite that big.
Alright, you know what? I have a better idea. Hold on one moment. He's gonna close the door in front
I'm
of
gonna
you.
put my foot in it.
He's like, alright, if you wish. And the doors just kind of creak open. He's gonna go back and he's gonna be like gathering stuff up. Presumably whatever he needs for the experiment. You guys can just see inside. It's an utter mess and your papers everywhere. It's not organized at all. It's not really sure if this guy is just a scientist or a hoarder.
Be watching real careful for what he's grabbing. Do I see anything in there that looks off? I don't know magic too well though.
I mean, all of it kind of looks off to you, considering this isn't your kind of place that you like to be. There's strange bronze boilers and like chemistry apparatus strewn everywhere, and it's just kind of all nothing you really know much about in terms of.
So, am I
easily-
privy to what type of experiment this is supposed to be?
No.
No. So I wouldn't know if this is complying with it or not.
Well, you'll know when he's going to do the
Oh,
experiment.
okay.
Yeah. You know that he needs to. You know that he's going to be performing an experiment, and you know that you have to make sure that nobody gets endangered, and he's doing it properly and safely.
So I'm OSHA.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. You are OSHA right now.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway. Yes, so he's going to acquire different materials and stuff, and you see him grab a couple of different tubings that have like bronze caps on either side of them, and he like makes sure they're secured and good to go with like hoses attached, and he like it has like backpack straps, and he just kind of grabs it and he slings it on his back, and they dwarf him a little bit, but he seems like he can carry them pretty well. And he has like a little, it comes around to like a little it looks like a flamethrower. That's the best way I can describe it. He grabs a gauntlet, and he seems to like kind of slide it onto his hand, and has like this very fiery red color on the inside of it with tubing and stuff.
He's a firebender.
That he seems to make sure is like connected to his what do they call? What do I just call them? His tubing and stuff in the back. And he kind of turns around, and he looks at you, and he's like, "I guess we'll be doing this in a bigger room if you're all insisting on being involved." And he just kind of walks out, and he just kind of shoves through, and he's like, "All right, he looks around the room you're currently in, and it is a hallway, so it's probably not the best idea to do it here. And he looks and is like, guess we can go outside?
Do you have an area outside, a dedicated space?
Well,
A testing area of sorts.
well, I mean, I was just gonna show him my lab with the one person, but it's gonna be a little
Probably
cramped in
unwise to
there.
be shooting fire in your own lab.
I'd have been fine, but I don't want to have too many people in there. It could get kind of distracting. Too many people, you know.
If it'll make it easier, I can wait outside.
Oh no. If
gonna
it's
walk
fine,
out.
I can accommodate this.
I'm walking out.
You're walking out. Okay.
Would you like to tell us what this experiment is?
Well, you see, I have acquired a source of fire magic that I plan on utilizing to spray at people. Or other things. Maybe if you need to melt some metal, right? Something not violent.
Would I know
if
what-
that's what you want to know?
Would I know what flame cans are?
Yes, you would.
Can I know what they are?
Yeah, I'll tell you what they are.
It's Elon Musk.
Who?
Yeah.
It's Elon Musk.
Well, there's not.
Elon Musk.
Not a flamethrower, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so flamekins are like a magical elemental being that the Boros create and use for fighting various Gruul or Rakdos assaults. Usually Gruul, because Rakdos like fire. So,
Okay.
yes.
What's used to fuel your machine?
Just some fire magic that I cooked up in my lab. It is a little tricky to make, but yeah.
What's the tube for?
Do I believe him?
Does it? Oh, okay, he wants to inside check in.
Yeah, do I believe him?
Roll inside.
Does he seem like he's telling the truth? 22.
Damn. What's up, boy?
What's up, boy?
How you doing?
Uruk anymore.
He seems like he's really unsure how he's able to do this anyway, but as far as you can tell, he thinks he knows what he's doing.
My friend, as my friend here is questioning you,
Yeah.
are you sure you even know what you're doing?
Well, that's the point of the experiment, isn't it?
I'm gonna look over at McCarty.
We're merely here to see if he complies with all of our rules and it's safe for everyone here.
We should let him do
So
the
the tube
experiment.
sprays the stuff out of the gauntlet.
My gauntlet here is going to connect to the tube because
Right.
it's going to expand very quickly. And it's
Right.
not enough space in here. So
Okay.
whatever doesn't come out is going to be stored in here while I shoot more of it out.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty rudimentary. I hope to make it more efficient so we can utilize all of the explosiveness of it. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
How long does it take to craft this in your lab? The fire magic.
The fire magic goo that's in the tube?
Well, it took me a couple days to refine it to the point where it could be so small it fit in the gauntlet.
What are you refining?
The very, chaotic fire magic. It's really hard to shrink it down to size.
Will I be able to see this process?
I thought you were only to watch the experiment.
Is that not part of the experiment?
No, the experiment is using it.
Fair enough.
All right. Any other questions that I need to field?
Did he say all right like that out loud? Yeah. Start the questions, guy.
Why don't you go ahead and just show us how it's done?
Okay. And he's just gonna start. He's gonna start walking towards the door. And if you guys wish to follow him, I guess he's gonna try to find a suitable place outside to use this thing.
Yes.
All right, you guys head back down.
Can I put my hand on Cher's shoulder?
Share.
You can call me Charm.
Charmaine. Probably what?
You can call me Charm since we're good friends.
Charm.
Your name is Char what again?
Charmaine.
I had that spelled completely
It's like
wrong.
Charlemagne, but not.
It's Charm,
Charmaine.
E-I-N-E.
I don't know. I spelled that completely wrong.
Just spell like
Charmaine.
Charmin.
It's not spelled like Charmin.
You'll never
Kinda.
lose.
Gotcha.
Charm.
I had it spelled like Chardamine.
I'm gonna gesture to you to look around the room.
Are we in his room right now?
Well, he's walked out.
He
He's kind of
just
left you
walked
guys.
out. I'm just like,
I'm following him.
I'm following him as well.
Okay, so you two are some.
I have a method. So
okay.
Okay. All right, so you guys head back outside, and he come outside of the tower, and he's looking around. And it's noon, so there's quite a lot of people walking around. He's like, we need to clear an area. He's gonna just kind
Everybody
of
make way for the testing experiment about to be conducted by Sir Frizzix.
do you want to roll intimidation or maybe a
Sure.
I'm gonna put my hand on his back and cast a cantrip guidance. You can roll a d4.
sure.
Let's fucking go.
Just know that I can do that, by the way.
Nice.
Noted.
Okay, so 11 plus 13.
13.
Roll the d4. Did you roll it?
He did.
Yeah.
All right, so some of the people that are walking around hear you, and they're kind of avoiding the group of 5 people with the goblin with some kind of equipment on its back. But some of the more scientists that are in their books and stuff are just kind of walking around, and the goblin's gonna narrow his eyes at all of them, and he's like, "Hey, get out of the way!" He's just kind of threatening with it, and they're just like. And they start running away. That's what I thought. All right.
I'm gonna chuckle.
All right, we good? Everybody behind me. I don't want anybody in front, just to make sure that I don't break any rules or anything, I guess.
I'm gonna stand close behind him.
All right, let's do it. And he kind of holds it. He hits a button, and you see the red start to spin up in his gauntlet, and then start to shoot up the little tubes that connect to the back of it. And then you see kind of sputter a moment, and then you see the thing back here start to fill up with expanded red gas liquid. It's kind of a middling state, and then you just see it start you see a bright red and orange flame just kind of shoot out. He's kind of surprised by the force of it. He's able to control it as he's aiming more towards the air so he doesn't go too far out, I guess.
Does this look familiar to me? Does this look like something I would have seen the flamekins do?
Quite possibly. It is fire, so perhaps, I guess, is the best answer to that. It's kind of hard to tell, but maybe. But anyway, he's just kind of spraying it out everywhere, and as he's doing so, the tube is filling up more and more with this red gas that isn't being utilized. It's just kind of having to go into a recycling bin of sorts, and it's getting filtered back around and then coming back, and it's just slowly filling up because it's just not utilizing enough of the power, whatever mechanism he's created. But he can't see that because it's on his back, and he has his little goggles on for safety. And
Can I let him know?
Do we see that?
well, I'm saying it, yeah. And he's just kind of
Can I
like,
let him know?
it's working. As he's spraying. Do you want to
Physics,
try to
so-
stop him?
Your tube is filling up with the liquid.
He doesn't seem to notice.
I'm pulling my axe out and I'm fucking cutting it.
You're just gonna cut it?
Yes. Shink.
Are you going to do anything to intervene with this?
I would rather we did not do that.
I mean, he's gonna
So,
keep doing it. Like, you're gonna try to stop him in any way?
Are you gonna say anything?
I'll shout at him.
I'll cast a command and be like, stop.
Okay.
Should make a saving throw for that though.
I won't choose to make the save.
Fair enough.
Is that okay?
I guess so, if you don't
All
want
right,
to.
cool.
So he stops mid-swing, and the goblin's just having a grand old time. They even know what's about to happen as he keeps doing it. And it's filling up at this point. I'm going to give you guys one more chance to do
If you
anything
let me
in
do
action.
something, I will.
I'm gonna cover my friend.
I'm going to.
My new team.
As a bonus action, they will see suddenly by my shoulders like these two giant Loxodon arms, like spectral arms, sprout from my shoulder. I'm gonna grab him by the fucking head and grab the backpack and just like fucking rip it off.
Oh shit, dude.
You allow me to do that?
Sure, as your action. Yeah. I guess make a strength check of some sort
Well,
to do
because
it?
of my arms, I get to use my wisdom.
Wisdom,
instead of my
right.
strength.
Yes.
Ooh, not too shabby. Where's my wisdom at? 10.
Oof. Okay, so is your grab a hold of the goblin and you grab a hold, you get firm hold of him, but when you try to pull it back, you can't quite rip it off, and he's just kind of pulled back. And now he's just like shooting it straight
Can I
up
just
above
toss
you
him?
guys.
Can I toss him like forward?
I mean, I said you could do an action
Okay.
before we got to the point.
That makes sense.
If anybody wishes to do anything
So
else,
yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, that's enough, and then I'm gonna command Frizzix to stop.
All right. So how does command work? Does he get any chance to?
Let's see.
We're gonna find out.
So speak a word. Target must make a Wisdom saving throw.
What's the save?
14.
Yeah, he passed it.
Passed it. Well, I don't have another action.
Anything
I'm
else?
also going to cast command and tell him to stop.
What's your saving throw?
16.
He passed it.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I guess I was debating whether to let you do it since you did that first. I'm like, sure, if he passes, he passes. Yeah, he passed it. Okay, so you all acted. I don't think the crawl is going to do anything over there. So he's just enjoying the show.
I thought
All right, so you guys are close to him, if I remember correctly, right? So while the goblin is laughing maniacally and he's not paying attention like he should be, the tubes just continue to fill into the point where they burst and they explode. So, the goblin's immediately engulfed in flame, and he's panicking immensely. And the rest of you, I guess, do a strength.
I'm trying to cover charm.
Okay, I'll let you do that with advantage. I remember you said you were going to protect who you could.
Yeah.
So, strength saving throws, you with advantage, to see if you get knocked down by the blast. Anybody that's around him.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
16.
Natural 1 with a -1.
Nice.
15. Wait, 14.
So, 0.
Oh, 10.
Wow!
That's 13.
Alright, anybody that got less than. Did you roll, Mr. Crawl?
Wait, did you get
I figured I'm way
advantage?
back. I don't even want to be near the goblin.
Sure, I guess.
Preferably. Okay, yeah.
So if you roll
Like 20
if you roll less than
feet
15, you got knocked down by this. So you're knocked prone for now.
Wait, who was rolling with advantage? Him or me?
Him.
Me.
Oh,
So you were protecting him.
Right, okay.
Or her.
I rolled a 16, so I just have
Yeah.
like a fiery goblin and like one of my
Yeah.
spectral arms.
So you resist and you have a hold of him, and he is on fire and screaming and panicking.
Can I just like
Are we on fire too? Or are we just not trying?
He's just kind of like still like it's going crazy. Like he's like shooting flames all over the place.
So
Now I'll give you guys a chance to do
I'm
another
going to
action
cast
to
Thaumaturgy and quell the flames. I can do that, right?
Sure.
Yes. I'll do
So you're
that.
quelling the flames as they're coming out. That's cool.
Yes.
That works. Sure.
Is he still on fire?
Yeah. Well, he's on fire. Are you trying to quell the flames on him?
Yeah, I'm trying to quell the flames for everything.
Flames in general. So what does thaumaturgy say exactly on how the flames can quell works? But while he's looking that up, what were you gonna do?
I was gonna like pull him closer and use the other arm and my other two arms to just like pat him out as best.
You're gonna be trying to put him out too, essentially. Anybody else gonna be doing?
Actually,
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna rip the backpack off him.
Are you prone? You got knocked prone. Okay, so you'll spend your turn getting up.
Can I rescind that?
I'll say
My
that.
whole turn?
You spend half your movement.
Yeah. No, you get up and then you can do something.
Okay. So all I
I'll let you do something. You're gonna try to rip the backpack off of him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Can I
rip the
rescind
backpack
that
off.
statement? Actually,
Well, okay. So what are you gonna
instead
do?
of patting him out, I want to like grab his feet with my other astral arm and just start like rolling him on the ground and trying to put the flames out.
We'll get there once he
okay,
does.
I can only change the color or dim flames. I can't squell them out. So,
Unfortunate. So do you want to do anything else on yours, or is that all you got?
nah, I can't think of anything.
Okay. So. And you're gonna be trying to quell him. I guess do like a medicine or survival check. Medicine check. We'll go with medicine check. And what were you gonna do? You trying to yank the backpack off
Yeah, I'm
of him?
trying to take the backpack
17.
off.
Well, it's exploded now, so it's essentially off of him.
Oh,
Is there anything
okay,
else you wish to do?
No.
Alright,
I'm
the
just
only thing that's
thinking
really
about
shooting
how I accept
flames
that.
is like the gauntlet that's kind of like coming out of his arm.
17.
17. So yeah, as you're like trying to pat him out and take care of him, you're able to put out the flames that are on him, but like the gauntlet is just kind of
Can I
like
take that off of his arm?
yeah. If you just try to yank the gauntlet off of him, do you want to do a wisdom check?
Ooh,
Nice.
a lot better. Where's it at? Wow. Sorry.
Get used to it, boy.
22.
22. Yeah, you can just yank the gauntlet off of him, and I don't know what you wish to do with it, but your astral hand's
just hold
holding it
it.
now.
Let's hold
It
it.
can hold it, yeah.
Oh, I'll bring it to me and I'll hold it with my actual hand.
And the goblin's just kind of like on the ground, like curled
Back
up.
rep.
It's a little crispy now, but he seems to be alive. As he's just kind of whimpering and just kind of like.
Is he severely injured?
He seems to be.
Okay, I'm gonna lay my hands on him.
Wait, before you do that, question him.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
What?
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on him.
Oh boy.
Got a 15.
Seems a little cruel, don't you think?
Well, he did fail the inspection,
Yeah, it's safe to say he failed the inspection.
so he will be going back with us.
It's no
I need
place
to-
of mine.
I need to ask you a few questions there, Frizzix. If you answer them correctly and with the truth, I will consider healing your wounds.
It's just kind of like, what do you need to ask me? He's
Jeez.
just kinda
Where
like-
did you acquire the fuel for this experiment? Thank you there.
And they know they're under the effects of it, right?
They have to make a
Wisdom saving throw,
a
do you know?
charisma saving throw, and the save is 16.
No, he did not. So he doesn't know he's under it.
He's aware that he's affected by it. He can be slimy if he
Yeah,
wants,
Be
he can try-
dodgy.
He's like,
but he has
it's-
to answer within the boundaries of the truth.
it was just in the storeroom. I don't know where it came from.
What
Insight check.
storeroom?
Insight check.
I mean, he has to
Oh,
tell the truth.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What storeroom?
It's the one on the 3rd floor where my lab is.
What exactly is this fuel?
I don't know. It's some kind of magical flame that was taking off of some other kind of magical creature. I don't know.
Do you know what the creature was?
Some kind of fire creature, I guess. I have no idea.
Okay, where is this storeroom at?
It's on the 3rd floor where my lab was.
Does it have a name, or is it easily recognizable?
It's the only storeroom on the floor.
Okay, thank you. And I'll touch him and heal him for 5 health.
Better than I was. I was gonna say wait until we fucking get to the bottom of this and then come back and heal him.
Oh, thank you. I think my experiment didn't go how I planned.
It didn't. You almost cost us our lives. Pathetic little goblin.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not saying all.
No need for that.
I'm not saying all goblins are pathetic. Just this little runt.
Okay.
They'll be all right down below.
What? Oh, sorry. I guess I need to act like I don't understand either.
I'm going up to the room.
Okay, so yeah, what are you guys gonna do to the goblin?
Come on, Charm.
Remember the access you guys might have to all
I was
your.
just about to say, Would I be able? Is there recruits of mine around here?
Around here specifically, you could find some if you looked around. Yeah.
So I would be looking for some type of soldier, maybe, for a few of them.
Yeah, you can be either a Boros or an Azorius soldier.
Both of them?
Yeah, either one. You can find one.
Well, preferably an Azorius. So.
Yeah, prefer. Yeah, it take a little bit longer to find an Azorius, but you can find them. But yeah, you take a little bit. I guess they're gonna go up there and do that. It'll take you some like a couple minutes or so.
I'm just gonna find some soldiers so they can help bring Physics back.
Take them back. Okay. All right, you're gonna get a hold of some Azorius.
Needless to say, you will
patrolman.
be detained.
Yeah, he's gonna be, Physics is gonna be properly detained due to his experiment not following proper procedure and it possibly endangering the public.
Would you guys be willing to like call it soon?
Call it here? Yeah, we can call it here, and then we'll do the storeroom next, I guess.
Cool.
So, yeah, Physics is detained. He's going to be escorted back by those guards by your command, I assume.
Goal complete.
Just a caution card in my hearty.
Oh wait, so I don't have anything for my guild yet.
Not yet. No.
I guess she.
Cool. That's fucking awesome so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to be taken away, I suppose.
Nice
Crispy and
characters,
little
everyone.
burning, shivering.
Indeed.
They'll take
Nice
care of you where you're
session,
going.
I mean, they'll
Masterful.
probably at least make sure he's not burnt, maybe.
It was a very good session.
Yeah, good session, Masterful DM.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it went well. I think next time I'm going to try to find a way to get you guys a map. So I think that would help a lot.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, we'll be back tomorrow for a Halloween one-shot
Oh yeah, the Halloween.
Oh
was
fuck yeah, I forgot.
Let's
with
go, dude.
and we'll be dressed up as our characters.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Little
Oh, yeah,
early
it is
right now,
Halloween
but
now,
it's technically there.
Yeah.
Tonight will be in full force Halloween though.
And we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See you.